Okay, guys, we are going to do a flip through of my 2024 bright, bold, and beautiful traveler's notebook. So I hope you enjoy seeing how I set this up. Hey guys, it is Jenny Lynn, and I am so excited to show you guys my setup so far for 2024, and we'll go into a bit of why it's not complete yet, but I didn't have time to film a video of swapping over. I literally gave myself like a half an hour one day between um, things going on to set up my 2024, and it was like the day before. Whereas in years past, I've had lots of, I don't know, I've built in time to reflect and such, but I just didn't have the time this year. So these are the two inserts I had in here last year. I loved this one because I covered it in this awesome fabric, and it's very fun. I did some lettering, and this was the monthly, and I had swapped into a traveler's notebook, let's see, in September. So it wasn't filled, but I definitely loved this insert. I loved coming back to it. I love the feel, just the textile nature of putting, well, textiles fabric on. It's so awesome. And let me know if you want me to make a video on this. I think somebody else on another video asked, and I'm happy to do it. I do it for other things as well besides notebooks and such. So let me know. I will put that on my list. And then here was my second half of the year. Well, actually, sorry, it was starting in September again. So I moved into this weekly format, and I really liked it. So you can see I usually have a Turner that I put in here, or like a bookmark style thing. I did like this. I loved all the stickers, obviously. I picked some of my favorite stickers, but I didn't like that I stuck with this green cover. I kind of just wanted to make it work because I do like the feel, the sort of vinyl-y type feel of this. But the thing is, and you'll see that I've fully embraced in my new one, I'm not a vintagey sort of, I don't know, whatever this like sort of old type aesthetic is. I love looking at it. I think it's beautiful. It's just not my everyday, and I did not want to reach for this. And it's part of the reason that you'll see that I really tapered off in the back. Not The main reason is because I literally just became so overwhelmingly busy at work, and I just wasn't in my personal stuff. I wasn't being thoughtful about my days personally and such because I've been working a crazy amount. So yeah, that's the main reason. So this, and in the back, I stuck this, which I really liked. Sorry, guys. I had to jump away for a minute. My dog was reminding me that I forgot to feed him this morning by flinging his bowl around. Didn't think you'd want to listen to that. So this notebook here, this clipboard, I love it. I had it in the back. I used it I had clipped some things down here that were important, and then I could reference easily. And it also added a bit of stability on the back. But I haven't put it in yet. It does take up some bulk. And the thing is that I don't leave my house. So I don't go to an office anymore. I'm fully remote. And so when this is on my desk, and I usually keep it open, I usually have it lying open. And the thing is that I want to be able to just easily, I don't know, for some reason it was just bulking it up. So you're getting a peek in, and you guys, I am so excited about this. I'm so excited about this. So I'm just going to start at the front here. So I still love my patches, my little peace dove here, this beautiful hummingbird patch that I got. I am thinking about swapping the string out. It's old. It's been on here forever. I just left it on when I moved back in here because I wasn't sure if I was going to stick with this TN. This is my original TN. It's the first one I ever got. It is a Midori stamped TN, and it is getting floppy. It is getting so loved and worn in. You can see it's got some stuff. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about trying to use a little leather, cleaner and moisturizer on it, balm, whatever. But I'm a little nervous about getting around all these things, so we'll see. Anyways, so I left my little plate on here with the plan in there. And I swapped out, I had some bigger charms on here. I took them off. I put on this little, well, I bought this for, I bought this as a necklace, and my 3-year-old loved it, and he said, "Let me see, mommy," and he yanked it right off the chain. So I thought, okay, well, I guess it's going to plan B, which is little charms on my notebook. So this is a little collie. My Dylan is a tricolor rough collie, so he looks like Lassie, but with some black in him. And he's my firstborn, my fur baby. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there can relate. So here is the 2024 Travelers Town grid and pencil board. So I keep that here. I keep this here. I would love if anybody can tell me a stencil that fits the grids of a traveler's notebook. I cannot, I don't know, for some reason, none of these line up. I don't understand it. I think it's a 5mm. I don't know where to get that. I would really love to have check boxes, but anyways, let me know if you know. So I keep that there because sometimes I just make it work anyways. Okay, so I'm going to take these out so you can see them better. This is my monthly, and for this one I used a Lily Pulitzer shopping bag that I had stashed away, and I live in South Florida, so this is very much my vibe, and of course it's the watercolors that I love and just so beautiful. And any family that might be watching this is gonna think it's so odd because I have historically just hated pink, and then all of a sudden I became obsessed with neon pinks and neon coral colors, because my typical color palette, and well, here it is. This is it. Turquoise, blues, greens, any sort of aqua teal, any of that. That is my color. And then always with some purples and fuchsias. So the reason is because this pink just totally pops against that and makes this even more intense, particularly this turquoise colors. This is phthalo green, phthalo blue, I think, by Daniel Smith. So anyways, this shopping bag is very slick and very, very durable. So this is going to last the year. I have no doubt that this is going to look good, and I could even wipe it down or something if I had to. I usually don't worry about stuff like that, but it was just sort of an added bonus. So you can see some of the Lily Pulitzer there. It didn't come all the way, so I put a little strip there that I liked. These are just some little bits that I put on the front, and then this is going to have on it January through December 2024. My little hippie peace sign glasses sticker. My friend got me a fun little sticker pack, and I have been using up one of the sheets. And then this is going to be definitely vacations. So we already have a few vacations that, we just booked another. So I'm going to go ahead and put all those on here. I like to keep this really high level. So I'm thinking this is going to be just vacations and doctor's appointments for our family, because for some reason I have needed to reference back for doctor's appointments just to see how far in between, for instance, maybe a dermatology appointment or something. So I'm thinking about just for those, and then just using 2 different colors, or maybe 3 for my doctors versus the kids and my husband, and then just the high level. So there's that. I don't know what this is. Oh yeah. So, okay. So here's my month tab. So this is the month we're on. I always put the sticky tab on the previous month, and then I use a little paper clip to continue. So when we move into January, I will just move this under here, and then I don't have to keep moving this this tab here. I'm not married to this tab yet. I just, as I said, I gave myself a very short period of time to throw this together. So I'm probably going to switch this tab out, although I don't hate it. But that's just functionally, this is the setup that always works for me, is just to move this back, because then that allows me to pull them out if I need to look at them. But it's still kind of out of the way, and it goes directly to the month I'm on. So we're looking at this month. I'm going with really sort of bright colors. So in the back of my notebook, you've got the zipper pouch, and I'm keeping back here the go-to colors I'm using. This is an anomaly. I didn't mean to use that. I thought I was using this, but turned out it was something else. Okay, so I do have a bit of a rhyme or reason to it. First of all, I had decided I was going to use the colored pencils to write the month in the top, and that it would sort of fade in a bit and allow me to write over it if I needed to, which I did there. So I'll kind of just walk you through stuff, not that you care what I'm doing, but more so just my thought process here. So first of all, what I do is I look at my phone and I pull out any of the information in there that I need. And that helps me just kind of review for the month. So the first thing I did is I take this, which is this lighter turquoise color here, and I picked that purposefully to be a color that doesn't stand out quite as much as the others, because it's sort of like background info. So you'll see here, there was no school this week, right? This is the last week of winter break, and right now it is Sunday, and I can tell you I am absolutely stoked that tomorrow is a school day. The kids had a camp, so they were out of the house Wednesday and Thursday. My sister's in town next week, so I kind of just put the week, over that time frame. My cousin is in town the next weekend. I put her over there. There's no school. There's no school at one specific school the next week. So this is kind of like background stuff. And I don't want that to be as prominent as everything else, so I use this lighter color. So from there, I put birthdays, and so here's my son's birthday, and then I just realized that it's my godfather's birthday, my uncle's birthday on Saturday. So this is a little bit brighter, stands out a little bit more. I usually try to put it right next to the date. And then typically what I would do if I was weekly planning is I would this Sunday look ahead and see the birthdays coming up in the next 2 weeks and try to send out cards. But I'm seeing these two people this week, so I don't need to worry about having the cards made well in advance. And then what I do from there is I would use this one, this fuchsia, which I think is the most prominent of the colors. And then I would put in actual events. So this Tuesday, my husband is taking me to the symphony at the Broward Performing Arts Center in Fort Lauderdale. And what's really cool about it is that it's part of this series of symphony events that they're holding for people that are underrepresented in, apparently, I don't know much about it, but in the music symphonic, I don't know, industry. So this specific night, it's all women, but then there's also a lot of other underrepresented categories of people that are going to be having symphonies that are just by those groups. So he got me tickets to the one for women, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm interested to see what they're going to be playing. I'm really into classical music, but I also love like soundtracks and things like that. So I'm actually taking my son in April to the Harry Potter Symphony Orchestra event where they put the music to the movie. So I'm super stoked about that. Then on Thursday, my son is turning 4, and we're having a little party at his school. So I'm actually going to go for that and do the cake and stuff with them. And then on Saturday, my sister's going to be in town. We're having a family and a couple friends over for a birthday party at home for my son. And then the rest of the weekend is just going to be about spending time with my sister in town. And then there's no school on the 15th. I actually just scheduled my son's annual doctor's appointment for that day. I was really excited that they were taking appointments on a school holiday because that means that I'd have to find things to do with them anyways. So that's cool. So we'll get that done, and then that week is open until my little cousin comes into town, and then we're going fishing on the boat with my uncle in Okeechobee. So we're probably going to see alligators, and he's been catching lots of fish, so the boys are going to be able to do that. And then I'm going to get a morning with my cousin before I drop her off at the airport, and that Monday. And then for my son's birthday, what we decided to do instead of spending a bunch of money on like a big kid's birthday party is to go to Disney for the weekend. So we're going to do Hollywood Studios. Very excited for Star Wars. And that's basically the layout of my month. So I try to keep this fairly open and not overwhelm it. The whole idea is that I can look at this and just see, like, for instance, my best friend wants to come visit and she was asking me when's a good weekend. And I could immediately look at this and say, not January, and also not February, because I haven't filled this in yet, but I know that almost every weekend in February I've got something going on, which you guys will see in a future video. So that's that. I haven't done anything else to the book yet, although I know that I will want to put something back here. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, I don't know, I'm kind of conflicted about this. So these are the kids' school calendars, and I was thinking about putting them back here because I reference them all the time. But then I was thinking, do I really want to have to flip back and forth, right? Or could I do maybe where they go here and they flip out? That could be good. I don't know. I wanted to do this for like reference stuff, or maybe even I could put white paper here and make these lists of doctor's appointments or something. I don't know. I want to do something with this. I hate having stuff in the back that I don't reference. Oh, okay. I don't think the other one had that. So maybe I will just tape these together. I might just tape these together, I like to put a piece of washi tape on top of things when I tape the pages, and then we'll just go into this. That might actually be less anxiety inducing. So, okay. And then I was thinking about putting a little pocket back here to like this, for instance, would be great to stick back in here. So I might do that. I wish I had thought to do that here and just not tape this whole thing down, but is what it is. Okay, so what do you guys think? Is this not really just so bright and exciting? I really, really love the way this turned out. I probably will put a little tag on the front here, but I haven't gotten there yet. So there's that. That's the monthly. Now, hopping into the weeklies, this is also the Traveler's Notebook weekly notebook. And I wanted something that was not quite as bright as this one, but very much complimentary. So what I did is I took a brown paper bag that I got at Amoy Zaka, and I set that aside because I knew I wanted to use it at some point, and I used that to cover the notebook. And what I did first is I kept crumpling it up. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. If you crumple a paper bag up enough, it will get a softer texture to it. And so this almost feels like fabric like. If I close my eyes and I wasn't being too critical about it, I would think this almost feels fabric like. So then I covered it, I glued it on. It's nice because it blends in with the original notebook, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. And then I put a bunch of watercolor splatters on that matched this. And then I cut circles. As you can see, I didn't use my silhouette or anything. I literally cut by hand. I did the best I could. I'm fine with it. That from the corresponding paper, or rather the same paper. And then I just put January through June, and I need to do 2024. But my label punch machine only has the letters. It does not have the numbers on the same one. So I have to like switch the die out, and I'm too lazy. Well, again, I gave myself a very short period of time to get this done. So that was that. In the front cover, I just moved this from my last one. I have this random thing that says, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. I made this forever ago for something. I have no idea. It got schmutz on it. I've left it. And I covered it in packing tape. And it makes a really nice dashboard. And I love the color. I love the typewriter stuff I did on there. And so I put all my little sticky notes right here. I cut them up into smaller pieces. And then, like, if I think I might do something on a day, I usually write it in this. I don't always have a pencil on me, so that's why I do that. But I could just put a pencil in and I wouldn't have to worry about that. So I still have some decorating to do here. Haven't gotten that far yet. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet with this, but I do want to do something with it. I don't want to waste this really useful space. So haven't done anything with it yet. I'm actually going to paperclip this here so that I don't cover these up. I need to think about that. Kind of the same thing, except I just drill down more, right? So I'm using the same colored pencils and markers. And oh, by the way, these markers are Staedtler fine liners. And I have every marker known to man. So I messed with everything, Le Pens and everything else. And ultimately, I went with the Staedtlers. They didn't seem to bleed as much, and the colors were more on point for what I was looking. I've been using this fuchsia for my actual sort of, well, it's kind of been all over. Whatever. Well, here's what I can tell you is that I don't get too crazy about things in here because, again, I keep this open on my desk like this, okay? And typically during the day, I just think of something that I want to jot down, or like, oh shoot, I forgot Friday night, we have a date or whatever, right? And I just write it in. And I've tried every system and I've tried every method. And yes, the aesthetic ones are gorgeous and they make for beautiful Instagram feeds. That's just never going to be me. Nowadays, I just kind of have the pens that I know are going to go together and look good for me. And I typically will just grab one, right? It's kind of what I did here. I started my week by using the two colored pencils to write in some big sort of ideas and titles. So we have New Year, Hello 2024, to do an art. That gives me enough pretty. I happen to have these washi tape flower petal things sitting around, so I added one here on there and then on here, and that's enough. I got away mostly from stickers and all that kind of stuff, although I never was like, had them all over. I don't like the way it adds bulk to the thing. But anyways, so all that to say, I start the week by writing in my appointments. Some of the stuff you already saw on my month, right? Now I would write in the actual times. And then some of the days I put in just kind of things we ended up doing but weren't on the plan. So actually, 8:30 Dr. Jude Doctor, I wasn't supposed to do that, but I ended up doing it. My husband was really sick, so I had to take over. So I was juggling the kids and work that day, and it was a little bit stressful. And then you'll see here that from 2 to 5, they got dropped off at their grandmother's house, and she was nice enough to give me a few dedicated focus hours. There's some stuff we ended up doing on Monday that wasn't exactly planned. And then I kind of just have notes to myself like, oh, I worked late this night. I actually work late almost every night, but whatever. Friday, even though the kids were home, I worked all from like the minute I woke up until like 6 o'clock. My husband was on point with the boys all day long. On Saturday, yesterday morning, we went to Trader Joe's. I took my son to buy my younger son a birthday gift. And then today we have a kid's birthday party. And then I usually break things out a little bit more, but again, I've just been so busy, so I really haven't had the time to do that. I always have a to-do section, and then I will usually have a separate to-do section that's really more of an errand section. So for instance, the Amazon returns, the car wash, the buying, well, this is an Amazon, because what I like to be able to do is say like, what do I need to do that requires me to leave the house? And then I try to go get all those done. Art. I like to also have similarly like things that I know I want to get done, but are art related. I'm going to write in a couple things here. Oh, that's not the right one. So last week, all of a sudden I looked down at my finger and my wedding band, which has like little teeny tiny diamonds all across half of the ring, the band, had just snapped in half. So I'm writing it in here. I don't always backfill to-do lists, but I do when I need to keep track of when I did something. So I want to keep track of the day that I dropped off that ring because I need to, you know how long it's been since they've had it at the repair shop. So there's that. Anyways, the art stuff is the same. It's like these are things I know I want to do, and they require me to sort of like block off some time to sit down at my art desk, which I was able to put in a solid couple of hours right around the holidays for gifts that I made for people. I've been very obsessed with always watercolor painting, of course, but a type of watercolor painting that uses masking fluid to create layers. So these are little tiny pieces that I made, but I made a lot of big ones too. Otherwise, I've had very little time to do anything except for working. And then I started filling in a little bit forward just because it's such a busy few weeks. I kind of wanted to write, sketch stuff in here. But I'm trying to process how I'm feeling because typically every year, setting up my planner is always such a big deal for me and something that I really look forward to and enjoy. And this year, I mean, it was sort of like a bittersweet thing because I moved into this TN in September and I just it's just working. And there was just so little to change. Like I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about like, oh, do I need to do something different? Is this going to work better? Whatever. And so I kind of just put some pretty covers on and put some, started filling them in, and that was that. I really did want to. I know there's a couple makers out there making inserts that are prettier, right? The plainer, they don't have these colors on here. I wish I had taken the time to do that. Paper Test Designs is one of them, and that's what, but if I'm not mistaken, she didn't have her stuff ready, those until towards the end of the year. And at that point, I'm just so busy. I like between Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, and then end of year stuff at work, it was just way too much. So anyways, here's my little thing I keep in the back. I've got some other stencils that I sometimes pull, and then some other things that are literally just pictures and memories and such. I would like to put some other things in here. I definitely keep this in here because I like to have these with me. And that means that when I leave, if I do go work at a coffee shop or something one morning, I literally just grab this and I have everything I need in my one thing, and I don't need to bring a pencil pouch or any of that, and it's right here to go. So there is that. I would say that this system is like 95% done. The rest of it is not really functional stuff, but just stuff I'd like to add in because I think it would make the system a little prettier. Like again, I'd like to change this out and make it a color, probably teal or something that matches my stuff a little bit better. I would love to, I really, really want to get another zipper insert. This is just getting old, and but I do like the see-through, so I'm a little torn about it. I don't know. This is my art one that I love. I got my cute little bear on here. I don't know why it's upside down. I guess I put the thing on wrong. And my little beads. I love this one. I love, 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 love this notebook. I love the patches on this notebook too. So this is my art journal one. I got to go through this. So my next video might be a setup of this, but I have this. I might move that into there and see what I think about it. We'll see. I've got this one that I just bought and I haven't really done anything with. That might actually match my thing better. I have to tell you, these are the for roof. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's so starchy. I don't know if I should wash it or I don't know. I just don't love the feel of it. So I got this one on Etsy. This one I do like better because I like the This paper is like that paper that doesn't rip. I have some of it. I forget what it's called. And then these little leather pockets on here make it look cool. So I like this. And then this is kind of what my little notebooks look like. I love this. This is about the time that my life just kind of went totally sideways, and I got this new job, and so I was able to do this, and then that was it. So anyways, I am super excited about this new job I have, but it's just kind of really intense at the moment. So you'll see here at the end I started tapering off. But here. This is why I love these. And I'll do a flip through of this one soon. But look, I love Mom Ann. She is pretty. XOXO. My son wrote that. It's so sweet. So anyways, so this is my other one that I really, really, really love. All right, guys. Thanks for joining and listening. I hope you got something out of this. All in all, what I would say about my system is it is functional and it is pretty without being too fussy. And although I love the traveler's notebooks and I love looking at other people's, my style on a day-to-day basis is bright and bold and watercolory, and so that's what I wanted this to look like when I opened this. I wanted this to be like a lot of color coming at me and something that I wanted to constantly look at. And I just love seeing what everybody else comes up with and how you can use the same, same planner and two inserts and everybody's just looks like them. So I love that. I hope you enjoyed, and I will try to keep up with more videos. I really love making these. I love making videos because it really helps me think through my own system and what's working and what's not working. And because I love looking at other people's. So I hope that you guys, get the same enjoyment out of mine. But it's just, this is so, I don't know, it's not even secondary or tertiary to my main, things that I have going on. So it's sort of like one of the first things that falls away when things are just really, really busy. So unfortunately, in the end of 2023, that was the case, but I'm hoping that I can start carving out a little bit more time, even if it's every couple weeks, to make 1 or 2 videos. So I hope to see you guys more this year. I hope your year is off to an amazing start, and that whatever you're doing right now, whether it's stationery or art or whatever it is, that it's bringing you a little bit of joy. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.